This is a just because video. A just because video. I'm filming just because. Let me get up. The older I get, the harder it is to get up. Filming a just because video. Just walking and filming. You know what? I truly cannot wait to get me another camcorder because I love filming. It's something that I love to do. I love not just, it's not being on camera, but it's something about placing your inner thoughts on a film roll. There's something about that. I love that. There's something so intriguing about being able to just step up to a camera and just speak what it is you're feeling and what it is you're thinking. Not many people can do that. Many people don't hold the confidence enough to actually put themselves out there on camera. And yet for me, I love it, because to be given the gift or even blessing of a platform like YouTube is to share, is to create and share, because you can feel like you in the world all alone by yourself. You can feel that you have no one else to relate to, right? And yet you're with a community of people that feel like you feel. And so what that does is it places you to never feel as if you're alone, because you're amongst your own kind. You just have to reach out. You just have to create and make something authentic enough that they can relate to get the conversation going. So I love and admire just this whole being able to have, something that I can record once again my thoughts to, because on Facebook, like I said, I used to like document just all type of crazy stuff. Like, oh my gosh, my past. I can say my past was like so crazy when it came to my mouth and my thoughts, because I practically lived without a filter. I didn't care who was seeing what. I didn't care what their reaction was. I didn't care what they was gonna say back. I did not care about anything. I didn't care. Oh my gosh. Like I posted all type of stuff. It got to the point where family members was literally contacting my mom to tell her all the stuff that I was posting. Shameful stuff. Stuff that did actually shame her. But I didn't care, because I felt like if you're gonna live authentic and you're gonna be real, then you just live. You take the chance, because tomorrow is not promised. And so I just was like, whatever. I kind of want to, like, I think, because like I said, these seasons that have changed, they took me out of my element. I'm no longer living where I used to be at. I'm no longer doing some of the stuff that I was doing. So I kind of felt, yeah, like really out of place, completely out of my element, because sometimes you can do so many changes, you no longer feel like you're yourself. It becomes almost a struggle, in a sense. Not really a daily struggle, but to not feel like you are your full self, your whole self, is to take a step back. It's to withhold from the world. It's to not want to completely give your all to the world, because the changes will make you afraid. Am I doing this right? Just like when I made that one video, the motivation, am I being everything? I question that, because if you make a move over here to make a move over there, somewhere along the way, you just like, am I making moves to make moves? Am I being all there is to be? What is going on? So I've changed a lot. I changed a lot for the better. yes, for the better. I see the world so completely different, and I'm more calm, laid back in how I say things, which to many might feel that I'm like boring now. Maybe I am boring now. I don't know. I'm not as entertaining as I was, and that's because I'm trying to figure all out. Trying to see what does. Ooh, is my nose running? I think my nose is actually running, and it's running on camera. Let me grab this. Yeah, having a human moment. Who knows doesn't run on camera? There we go. That's better. So, I don't know. It's interesting being human because you just don't never know sometimes. You ever just sit up and just not never know? This is one of them things that, like, it's not discussed publicly, because I think here, us being Americans, we're not supposed to just, say we don't know something. And I'm so thankful my father put me up under his wing and taught me, when you don't know something, you got to say that you don't know it, so that someone can come along and they can show you what you need to know. But it just seems like, us being in America, you're always supposed to be so sure of everything, and that is good, that is right. But what about the moments, say like today, I was having that moment of not knowing, just saying, I just don't know. What I like about those moments, what I can say, I can say those moments, they help you find what is to know, right? But I feel like even people that we see on TV and mass media, I think sometimes they should put out on TV that they just don't know. I highly admire people like that, because to have a balance in life is to understand there are times when you know, and then there are times when you just don't know. You just don't know. You just don't know. See, there's a time to be busy. For many, it includes working. And there's a time to sit and reflect, or a time to be still. I won't say a time to reflect. There's a time to be busy working, and then there's a time to be still. Because see, being still, what that does is that heals your body, it heals your mind, it heals your soul, it heals everything. That's what being still, that's what stillness is made for. So oftentimes when you're in stillness, that's when the mind starts to say, I just don't know. I just don't know. Make me realize and make me know. Oftentimes, today was one of those days where I just was like, what? I'm just trying to find some direction. I'm trying to figure out. But in times like that, what I've been making a habit of is, when I don't know, I start looking up weird and random stuff. I start looking it up. I start looking up science stuff. I don't really watch the news too much, because in relation to me knowing and understanding marketing and advertising, I said this before, the news feeds on your fears. That's how they make money. That's why you're constantly hearing about white supremacy, and that's why you're constantly hearing about Black Lives Matter, and how blacks hate whites and white hates black, and how there's a bomb that just was dropped over in Europe. And what else does the news show? The news show a lot of hefty type of stuff I just can't really get into, because not only that, with that type of stuff, they show stuff that it triggers deep emotions that shouldn't be triggered. because that's marketing and advertising. That's the point that it's supposed to do. It's supposed to trigger you. So I don't want something that's triggering me 24 hours a day, that I even when I go to sleep, I take it to bed with me at night. That's not an interest. So I look up more informative type of stuff that I can learn from. Hello, Discovery. Discovery Communications, the team. But yeah, I look up things that I can, gain some information. Why is geometry as complex as it is? Why is it hard to solve for some? Whales. Why do you have whales that can live and breathe in water? Why is that? Why do they love and enjoy swimming in water? And at times they may not, but why is that? What else? This van that I'm standing next to. Can you see that? It's a van right here. Who came up with the ideal of making vehicles out of metal? Was it Ford? Because the Ford was the first type of vehicle, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken, Henry Ford. See, stuff like that. Stuff like that is of my interest. I have 1,000,000 and 1,000,000,001 interest. Because I'm a knowledge seeker. I look for truth. And so I thrive on information. Which seems like many of these videos I'm constantly overthinking, because maybe I am. To rest my mind is to give it information. To give it something that it can feed off of, instead of sitting there feeling worried and anxious. I like to put my mind to work. And so I question stuff like that. This van is sitting here once again. It's silver. You can't see it because I like to make all my videos in black and white. I just love black and white. It's sitting here. Now, this vehicle is a very complex vehicle. It has tires, which is made of rubber. Hubcaps, which is made of some type of, is it like alloy? I don't know. You know me. I don't know. I just question. All I do is question. The steering wheel is made of some type of hard rubber. The window is made of glass. Once again, you have, what is that? The handle to the door that's made of some type of hard rubber. That's easy crackable rubber. Just random stuff like, When I get dissatisfied with life and I get to saying I don't know, to avoid falling into a pit of depression and despair, I start to sometimes walk around and pay attention and observe things which are around me. Camera is moving and we're moving around. Mommy, save us. And I do that to take my mind off of, over analyzation. But sometimes I would love to know. I would love to know why things happen the way they do. I would love to know what are the reasons for this and this and that. I would love to know. The INTJ, I like to mention this a lot. The INTJ personality, which is my personality for those that don't know. We are a very weird species. We are not human. We are in fact alien. So call it alienation. I was about to say Halian Nation. How about Helium Nation? The INTJ personality. We are very weird. We can be alone for 24 hours a day and it not bother us because we find things and we seek things out. As I stand here, what is this right here? You see that? behind me, that is actually a creek. This is why I need to get a camera for this very sole purpose, because the shots would be so much better and my face wouldn't be in. See that? That's a creek. Now the INTJ personality, with us thinking the way that we think and perceiving things, we would question, why is that pond there? Not pond. Did I say pond? Did I say pond? Yeah, I think I said pond. We would ask and question, who took the time to place that creek there? Because it had to be dug out. That right there is not natural. It don't even look natural. I've seen creeks that look more natural than that. So we question stuff like that. Who actually took the time to dig out that underground and all that, and place the rocks and everything where it is perfectly placed, along with the water? I don't know what's going on over here. That creek does not look authentic. It looks very highly man-made. Are all creeks man-made? See, stuff like that. It's very interesting. It's very scientific. So, with that being said, I really, really need to get me a camera. More than this. I'm on a pad right now. But I like taking footage of what is going on in my environment. What's going on? I'm on my way to the mailbox. If I can get that live stream up and going, somebody told me something about OD, what is it? OBS in relation to live stream. I keep wiping my nose because it's cold out here. Someone told me about OBS in relation to live stream for YouTube. I have to upload that or download it to be able to upload videos. No, that's not right. That's not right. What am I saying? I need OBS downloaded on the computer so that I can actually have live stream run off of that, is what they were saying. Sorry about that. I had to get my mind right. So much going on in the world. Sometimes your mind ain't right. And yet your mind is your best asset. Well, I know mine is. I value my mind over everything else. So, yeah, I need to get that OBS. What do you do in your free time? Should I make a video about that? What do you do in your free time? What do you do to quiet your thoughts, to settle your thoughts, or keep your thoughts active? What do you do? Uh-oh, we got mail, and we got a bill. We got a few bills that got to be paid, but they get shut off, cut off, and lanced off. It's a kid with his basketball. My neighbor. Yes. Camera, I'm coming for you, baby. Baby. You know, having a camera is one of the best. Having a camera is one of the best investments. I think this one is about to cut off because my memory. And I'm gonna need some good memory, because in the past I used to get some real good footage of some stuff. But with this pad, it only holds so much. You hear me coming? With this pad, it only holds so much information. It usually cuts off halfway through. And that's a good thing, because if it didn't, I would get